Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Winston. Okay, right now I'm driving. I'm going to jam right now. Okay, what's going to talk about? In this video, I'm going to talk about what the Chinese people think of China. Okay, it's very important for us to know about ourselves. And if you want to know about a kinds of people, for example, you want to know about Chinese, it's very important for you to know what they really think of themselves. That's why I'm making this video. Okay, so what the Chinese people think of China? If you know about this, it would be very meaningful for you to know about the Chinese. To talk about this issue, I would give you two very practical points. Maybe it's good for you to know. The first thing is, our belief. Most of Chinese people, I would not say the most, but it's very incredible part of Chinese people believe their country is the oldest country in this world. And our civilization is the most time honorable civilization in this world. I would say this point is very interesting, and because since I was very young, I really believe that. I will believe that my country is most time honorable in the history. We have 5,000 years of history, and we are so proud of our history. And in the thousands years, we are so great. But in the last centuries, we have the humiliation. And we lose our dignity, and that's why we should always be united and working together to make this country great again. Okay, this is our belief. But is China really the oldest country in this world? Of course no. We know that there's so many old civilizations in this world. Actually, for this educated Chinese, for this Chinese who is knowledgeable about their own country, they know that we are not the oldest country in this world. And compared to all of this older civilization in the history, and the Chinese civilization actually is pretty young. But we still can see we are the oldest, on condition that, if you're talking about consistency. So it's very interesting for you to know about this reason why Chinese people are so proud of their country, because it's good for you to know about their pride. And secondly, I would say there is very common belief between the Chinese. That is, our Chinese people believe. No, that's bad. That's bad. Oh, look at this lady. Oh, that's bad. Okay, this is very common belief for the Chinese people believe that we have the peaceful tradition. And when Chinese people talk about their diplomatic issue, they will say, always say that we are a country with the very long peaceful tradition. We will never invade any other country in this world. I would say, no matter what you think of China, we should understand why the Chinese people believe this, right? And actually, for this kind of belief, which I call is a peaceful belief, it's not just happen in China. Actually, in the Indian people also believe their country has the longest peaceful tradition, and the people is very peaceful. The reason is because of the Hinduism. The Hinduism is a religion. But you can also say it's actually not a religion, it's a tradition. If you, for the Hindus, they want to, because their belief that doesn't just believe in one God, so their belief is much more compatible than the Christianity and the Muslim. I would say that makes sense actually. If the people, they don't have their belief is so compatible, so it's not easy for them to have a religion war and work against the others. So at least based on this point, it makes sense. So So is there anything makes sense for the Chinese peaceful tradition? I would say yes. Okay, let's consider the China as a Roman Empire. Actually, I believe that China can be a modern size of a Roman Empire. In such an empire, our country is so big, and this empire is so populous. And the most important, this empire is already big enough and expanded to all of this territory. The people can expand. The territory of this country looks like it is natural. It's not shaped by the humans' power. It's simply because the people who live in this empire could not expand anymore. So this is very critical point for Chinese. If you live in this kind of territory, you could not just expand your territory again. So what are you going to do? You must turn to be conservative and turn to the inside of your country, and you don't want to expand again because you could not. So for this kind of situation, it's really good to cultivate the peaceful belief, because the invasion is always seem like it's impossible and it's not beneficial to your country. Maybe you have a different opinion, but at least to consider this this idea. I'm not going to say our Chinese people, okay, we are I would say we are so different with most of people in this world, but at least consider this belief. It makes sense based on this point. And this is also my value of the value of my channel, because I'm always giving to you the unique points about my own country. Okay, bye. See you next time.